No Man's Sky's new update World Part 1 is a little crazy.
We are completely refreshing the universe.
Those are big words, and with this being Part 1 and what this update does, it looks almost like what you'd expect in a sequel to No Man's Sky. The clouds and weather effects have been vastly improved yet again. Cloud covering is far more dynamic, changing with the weather. It even won't rain on rainy planets if there aren't enough clouds about. This new level of detail is sure to help immensely with immersion. Sky colours are now significantly more varied, though it seems there still will be yellow skies that rend the eyes, though they are a little more enjoyable now. Night sky effects have also been massively affected. Previously it was always a blue hue, now it is affected by the daytime sky colour. Along with the nighttime sky colour, there is also the darkness or levels of it. Previously night was just night, pretty static and very similar in the sky and lighting aspect on every planet, not counting the glowing floor of course. Now light levels will vary both for the time of night as well as the planet itself, with some having particularly dark nights and others with similar to a moonlit appearance. Water has had a long-awaited overhaul and is pretty damn substantial. Water now looks the part, with reflections, great-looking waves and ripples. The water's surface is now responsive to the weather, even taking into account the depth of the water, leading to huge swells in deep stormy oceans and calm inland pools. Ships flying low over water will also leave trails, showing its effect on the water surface. Watercolours have been added without it just being an effect of the planet's hue filters, and now varies massively, with green algae appearances, tropical bright blues and more. Underwater bases have also been improved alongside this, with the water conditions being fully visible from inside and many if not all buggy aspects like apparent flooding removed. Swimming and the use of jetpacks underwater have also been improved. A huge new addition is the ability to land on water in your ship using a new technology, removing the need to find a tiny island in the middle of the ocean. You can even call your ship to you from the water, which makes water-based exploration far more enjoyable and convenient. Great improvements have been made to the game engine. Shadows are now far superior in both appearance and resource optimization. The shadows of clouds now actually follow the line of sight with the sun. I think we've all been in photo mode moving the sun, noticing the cloud shadows remaining as they were and wishing it would be affected. Generation of distant objects has also been improved, with a rewrite of terrain generation. This rewrite has led to faster generation as well as significant lowering of the required memory to do so. More big optimizations have been made to most aspects of the game. A pretty big note is that planetary variety and diversity has been increased all across the universe. From what I'm hearing and seeing, this isn't a universe reset like you may assume. Planets that existed before exist now. They've just had a makeover, and a big one at that. Whether this affects things like hotspots yet I can't be sure, but I doubt it. It would appear that they have changed specific parts of the generation, so thinking like a large house, it still has the entrance hall, the door to the living room is in the same place, the kitchen too, the oven is still there, it's just a way better oven. The oven tops burners are still in the same place, they are just now shiny and more gas efficient. However, the next line does say new, frozen, lush, desert, scorched, radioactive and toxic worlds await discovery and exploration. I'm unsure whether to take this as worlds have been improved, or that on top of the improved existing worlds that new ones have been added on top, similar to another update long ago where new planet types were added, and instead of resetting planet generation, they added planets to the existing systems. If there are new worlds, I would expect them to be new additional worlds. The chance for planets having ancient bones or salvageable scrap has been increased, which is both cool and makes sense. If there are crashed ships on most planets and fauna on most planets, well, you'd expect remains. Salvageable scrap worlds have also been improved a bit, with new rusted remains being possible to collect. Hopefully this will increase the value of hunting on those worlds, as previously ancient bone planets beat them by a mile as far as units for your time went. The wind simulation has been reworked to bring planets to life and provide a consistent effect across each world. Moving trees and leaves, smoke effects, rain, fog and snow all in a unified system. This is really cool. The immersion increase is going to be huge from this update, not just aesthetics but the whole feel of your exploration. The short of this section is that pretty much every aspect of weather has been dramatically improved. Trees, grass and such are affected by wind and storms in a more natural way. The weather of planets is now on a planetary scale instead of the former very locally calculated appearance. This type of thing is very much what you unconsciously feel as being bad or good. If you notice too much, you're brought out of the immersion. Bit of an unsung artistry. I'm very much looking forward to wading through a storm, being able to somewhat see objects in the distance without it being just a thick blanket of stormy fog that just obstructs everything equally at a specified distance. We have new fauna, a whole new type likened to arthropods. So stuff like scorpions, lobsters, centipedes, essentially chitinous bugs. These new fauna are heavily featured in the new expedition that is being released with this update, with Sean referring to it as having taken inspiration from Starship Troopers, which alone gets me excited. As well as this whole new type, there are also new types of plant and animal hybrids roaming around, some with truly beautiful and alien appearances. On top of all that, there's a new type of sentient building fauna. Sean mentions it as buildings that have gained life and now roam about. They look really cool and weird. A new hostile boss-like mob has been added called the Brood Mother. Attacking the juicy grubs, yes they use the word juicy, on vile brood-infested worlds will summon the Brood Mother to protect them. This mob looks really cool, like a big tanky insect with armor plating will have to shoot off to penetrate the juicy innards. A new mission has been added to the Nexus to hunt these vile brood. Defeating brood mothers will earn titles and customizations, allowing you to adorn yourself with trophies from the hunt. More than 40 new cooking recipes have been added utilizing the new edible drops from these new fauna. Minotaurs with the AI pilot will now actually target biological horrors, making them a fantastic partner in collecting lava cores and such. Camera shake from colossal creatures has been reduced, which is definitely a good thing. It was so bad on the Adrift expedition, one of the first things I had to mention in my guide was turning it off. Boss-type health bars have been added to Sentinel Walker fights, as well as the Vessel of Many Mouths. Vessel of Many Mouths appears to refer to the Valspawn found on worm-infested worlds. Valspawn have also been given a ranged attack, so you can't just hang back avoiding biological horrors while shooting the Valspawn. Having the Minotaur with its AI tech is going to be super useful here. A new expedition launches with the World's Part 1 update. This expedition is all about the war on horror-type creatures, including the xenomorph-esque biological horrors, the Valspawn, and the Val Brood. Judging from the Nexus mission details, it would seem that this war will be coordinated by those on the anomaly. Some pretty epic rewards will be featured in this expedition, including a whole new armor set for the Minotaur, including the long-awaited flamethrower, though it appears the flamethrower will be specific to the Minotaur and not a multi-tool attachment. A really nice touch is that the Minotaur Liquidator armor set will also be available via the Quicksilver Synthesis bot as an unlocked item for sale for those who don't have the chance to do the expedition. Exploration-specific items, however, are still very much worth the time investment with the usual posters, but also a whole new player armor set made from the Brood's chitin exoskeletons. As well as all that, some bughead trophies to display on your walls will be rewarded. As normal, you can expect a step-by-step guide in the coming week. It'll be a primary focus for me on top of streaming on Twitch for all 5 days of the Twitch drops. As you might expect for such a huge update, there will be Twitch drops. These start tomorrow at 2 PM BST. I'll put the link to the Twitch drops page in the pinned comment for you to set yourself up if you haven't already. It's super simple, you just connect your Twitch account to Hello Games as well as your platform account to Hello Games, such as Steam, PSN, etc. Even if you don't yet own No Man's Sky, you can still earn the drops and access them in-game once you do. To earn them, you just watch any streamer on Twitch who is playing No Man's Sky with drops enabled during the time specified. You get rewards for watching for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and then again for 1, 2, and 3 hours. The rewards reset every day at 2 PM BST, with a total of 5 full sets of drops over the 5 days. Drops are pretty great for getting your hands on multi-tools, ships, fauna, and cosmetics that you would otherwise have to spend Quicksilver on. This time even includes a Titan Worm cape and a ship and pilot neon sign. Solar ships have also been added to ship building, allowing us to build 4 of the existing types of ship now. It certainly seems that more will be added over time. I can only assume that it takes quite some time for one of the devs going through each and every part for the ships, sorting out icons and ensuring the models fit perfectly, that it wasn't too reasonable to get every ship done for the initial release. New skylight roof parts have been added for the wood, alloy and stone base parts, allowing you to make full use of the new cloud lighting and weather effects added. For bug fixes, there are 2 interesting ones, like how on approach to the space anomaly you'd often fly insanely slow. This has been fixed and you will no longer be annoyingly slow trying to get in there for 30 seconds. And oxygen plants will no longer be annoyingly in your way after harvesting them. As for UI and quality of life, you can now rename discoveries that have been uploaded, which is pretty major, especially for larger player-made civilizations. 4 new emotes have also been added: Poise for Action, Ponder, fold your arms, and a snazzy new dance. Target sweep has been improved when the signal is too weak for distance estimate. There are a few more bug fixes and UI and quality of life, but I curated them somewhat to what the majority of people would actually care about. This is a pretty huge update, affecting parts of the game many thought would never be reworked, especially the water, which now looks fantastic. The in-game patch notes found on the starting menu notes this as being the first part of the world's update, which, as it's called Part 1, is obvious. However, it also notes that there is more to come later in the summer, so this is definitely not the end for this year at all. With all this added or improved, what do you think will be tackled in Part 2? Thanks all, enjoy your update.